But I wanted to ask you first about some news that came out over the weekend, which is that the Trump Justice Department, uh, which in wake of revelations that they had been subpoenaing journalist records and records of members of Congress, we now find out that they had also gone to Apple to get Don McGahn's phone records at a time when he was actually the sitting White House counsel. What is your sense of the picture that is emerging here? And Attorney General Merrick Garland has said he's going to be appointing an IG to look into this, but is that really enough?
Well, Karen, what I think we're seeing is that it was worse than all of us even imagined. We knew that unfortunately the Department of Justice had become, in a sense, a personal arm of the Donald Trump protection racket. Bill Barr was more interested in being Donald Trump's personal enforcer than the nation's top law enforcement official. And these stories sound Nixonian, but they're actually worse than Nixonian. So I do hope Merrick Garland, whether it's through an IG or other process, gets to the bottom of this, makes clear that a Biden Justice Department would not be going after journalists, not be going after political opponents. I hope this is a dark chapter that we can close, and I do hope, as others have called, that those who are responsible be held accountable.
But won't an IG investigation take a long time? I mean, is that aggressive enough as a step here? Or are there other things that you would like to see Merrick Garland and the Justice Department doing? I mean, we have news just this morning that John Demers, who heads a Trump holdover, who heads the National Security Division of the Justice Department, is stepping down. Do we need to see more action out of them?
Well, Karen, I think an IG properly empowered can act quickly. Matter of fact, in many ways, having the operations of an inspector general's office is the appropriate place. We also need to see. I think the IG will be more familiar with traditional leak investigations. If there is a faster, more efficient process, I'm open to that. I'm not sure that a separate congressional review would actually speed that process up. I think the most important thing is that we find those who were accountable, hear why they took what appears to be, at least on the surface, outrageous actions. If there was any kind of appropriate argument, we ought to hear that. But again, the comparisons to the Nixonian Justice Department, it's actually makes Nixon look better than what Trump was doing.